being a little late on, let's just go ahead and get it go win. Tony, I have to say, you're
I was
looking.
gonna have the Topo Chico bottle going.
Yes, I mean, Tony, I have to say, you're looking handsome nowadays, man.
I
10
don't know
years
about
younger.
that. Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, yeah, looks like we are live. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. So we were having a few little technical difficulties beforehand. So Julio didn't play any music for you to get going. So, but anyways, welcome to the hashtag Lockboss Show and Giveaway. Of course, you can see my friend Tony Presidio, who is with us today. We're going to be talking about the SmartPro Lite and all the stuff that comes with that. Now, Tony, really quick, before we get going, did you happen to see my joke with Todd where I grabbed the SmartPro and I start moving it up and down and I'm like, Todd, it's not feeling any lighter.
No, it's not. It's the same hardware. The light refers to the coverage. Unlike the standard SmartPro, the coverage of the light is tied to the range of ILCO keys. So
yep,
in this sense, it's not about weight, it's about coverage.
Absolutely. Yes, I know, but I just couldn't help myself, with the SmartPro known as a pretty heavy device to build your biceps. I just couldn't help but not play around with that a little bit,
Yes. So, I've always said, hey, you want to get your exercise, you want to get your reps in and make some money. It's an excellent tool.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, and we'll hop into it in just a second. Of course, I'm drinking Topo Chico, but as you can see, I had to put some energy drink in here because, man, I've been going all day and I got about 3-4 hours left to go, and I just needed a little pick me up. So although I'm drinking Topo Chico, it's a little special today. And cheers to all you out there drinking. Oh, look at that Starbucks mug. No, Tony, talk to me about the beverages, like the beverage in that. Like, what are we actually drinking today?
Well, the day I've had today, I probably won't want to say that on air because it may incriminate me. But no, normally start off with coffee and it could end up with something a little stronger.
I do hear you.
It's all good. And we've known each other for a long time, so we can, we know the trials and tribulations, both from a distributor standpoint and a manufacturer standpoint that we've been through.
Absolutely. Yep. It's all the fun, Tony. I mean, hey, you're one of my favorite people to talk to, hang out with, and I'm really just glad to have you on. I mean, it's a great excuse to be able to see you via video,
Yeah, I mean, we go back we have a lot of memories and good ones, and just a lot of stories to share. So it's always a pleasure to take the opportunity and time. In fact, if folks are watching, I'm actually in my car. I spent the day in the North Bay area with our van, which is peeled off and going in a different direction. So I made my best attempt to get to a location where I could talk with you today.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's good stuff. So Tony, is what I want to do to kind of start us off here. So for everyone watching, first of all, hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us and getting as I chat with Tony. I'm going to do the show a little bit backward this today because, well, Tony's in his car and he's live. And so we'll do him first, and then we'll get to the posts of the week and all of that here in a few minutes. So I want to recap a little bit, Tony, bring us up to speed. And if you're watching and you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. And we'll just kind of go from there. So starting off, there's always been the SmartPro, right? We've done a lot of videos together about it. And one of the bigger things about it is, like, if you're a high-use customer, getting the SmartPro with the UTP has always made a lot of sense. You're getting easy programming. You're getting great coverage. AD's essentially over the past couple decades been a leader in coming out with new software, which a lot of people have relied on, and it's been great. And you kind of time that with the ease of use and the reliability and having tech support. It's always been a great machine. But there's always been a weak spot. And it's a spot that a lot of people have given the SmartPro AD kind of a hard time about, and that's the lower usage. And, you know, I mean, let's just face it. Like if you buy a SmartPro, right, up until now, you invest like $3,200 in the machine, and then you're buying 10 tokens at a time. It's very costly, and it can be very difficult to be competitive. And so the cool part is what's happened. What the video about was on Sunday. Make sure you check it out if you haven't. Is the new package that Advanced Diagnostics has come out with, which is the SmartPro Lite, which covers it's different than the SmartPro in the sense that if ILCO has a key for the make, model, year, the SmartPro will be able to cover that, and it essentially runs on the ILCO keys token wise. Now, Tony, am I tracking right here?
Yes, you're absolutely correct on that. Spot on.
So the big thing here, and this is how it works. So it's going to cost you a couple $1,000s to get the machine. It's going to cost you $150 a year to update it. And outside of the initial cost and the $150 a year to keep it up to date with all the new keys that come out, the best part is that as long as you buy the ILCO key, either a transponder key or a lookalike remote, you're going to be able to program those vehicles for free. Right? No extra cost associated. So that's kind of the base of it. I just want to make sure we get everybody caught up to speed here. And here in a minute, I'm going to start asking some of these questions that have been asked. But the big thing, Tony, I want to talk about, if you can for a minute, one of the things I like most about this is that it's kind of going a lot after the people either looking to get into programming, looking for another machine, not necessarily, like, of course, we all want full coverage, but well, there's a price to be paid for that, and sometimes we can't justify it. And that's kind of where this program comes in here. But correct me if I'm wrong, this system over time is only going to get better as ILCO comes out with new keys.
It's a very good point, PJ, what you're making there. And I hope those listening in do understand that. Most entry-level machines that I've seen in the market, and I've been doing this for a while, they kind of tend to hit a brick wall. So you're forced to look at an upgrade model, usually a different unit, hardware-wise possibly, or a major software updates, platform updates. And so that's what you see, a tendency of it. That's been the trend. And what you're seeing in this format, I think most customers hopefully will realize fairly quickly that this, as being ILCO, being a key corporation primarily, this gives us a platform to allow it to grow. And at again, going back to the platform and how it arrives, you still, you have keys, and
Oops. So it looks like you froze up on us there. It's a good headshot though. Okay, it's a good headshot, but it looks like you froze up on us. All right. Well, here we'll wait a moment here for Tony to come back. Let's see here. Yeah. Back pocket locksmith. Oop. Where'd that go? Let me look at the comments here. So is what I'll do. I'll kind of go over a few questions as Tony comes back here. Oh, yep. Okay, just popped off. He'll reconnect and come back on here in a second. So I'll go ahead and answer a few of these questions as we get going on here. So Nick's Lock-in Security says, hey, Nick, how's it going? He says, does the Lite come with unlimited tokens? And so The answer would be no. Essentially how it works is that, like, let's say you buy 10 ILCO keys. Each one of those keys will have a QR code on it. You go to your MyKeys Pro app, you scan those codes. Every time you scan a code, that's going to bring in a token. Okay. So you're going to have 10 programs you're going to be able to do from those 10 keys you just bought. So as long as you buy the ILCO keys, you're going to get the tokens, which means it's going to be coverage or unlimited, I guess, in a way. It's limited to the amount of keys you buy. That's way to put it here. Yep. James answered that good. Yep, absolutely. Looks like Tony hasn't come back yet. We scare him up. Okay, looks like he's reconnecting here. Let's see here. Back Pocket Locksmith says, I hate tokens. I know. I wish we could. I mean, we need to come up with a new word for that. I tell you what. Let's keep going here. Let's see. Yep. I think I got that Tony. Nope. Not Tony. We'll see here. Looks like he's trying to connect. So let's see here. Yeah, Locksmith says they better come out with a whole pile of keys. Look, it's pretty much popular coverage. Yeah. So right now, I think there's a little over 500 SKUs of their lookalike keys, which is pretty decent, honestly. From my perspective, I know they're going to be coming out with another. I think it's like 30 to 50 soon. So, but yeah, I mean, Locksmith, I'm with you, right? I mean, at this point, it's like, hey, we want full coverage, right? Totally get it. I'm with you, but I think we're actually on the right path with that here, guys. Sorry, I keep looking. I'm just trying to make sure Tony isn't calling me. So right now, it actually looks like he's half connected. Looks like the internet's struggling over in the San Francisco Bay Area. So hopefully he'll be joining us here again in a minute. Otherwise, we'll just keep on going. Let's see here. Would need internet service to program keys. I mean, not really, because you can load them onto your machine, right? So once you put them on the app, you just like the AD loader, you can just load them onto your machine. So I mean, at some point you're going to have internet access, but you're not going to need internet access when you actually do the job, which is good. Let's see here. Michael, how's it going? He says, I've never gotten QR codes to work. Always says it has been used elsewhere. How do they fix that? Okay, man, I wish Tony was on here, but I mean, I pretty much know the answers to these. I'll do my best and hopefully he'll join. As a matter of fact, hey, why not? Hey, let's do a quick. I see he's still trying to connect here. We're going to go live and I'm going to call him. Really quick, because making sure he's going to be okay here. I'd hate to answer all these fun questions without him. And hey, going live on the internet, why not make phone calls and deal with the unknown? Let's see. Looks like it's having a hard time even connecting. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's not connecting. Let me call him again like a crazy ex-girlfriend here and see if we can't. Oh, it's ringing now. Let's see. Kind of fun. Hey, part of going live on the internet, right? I mean, these are things. Oh. No answer. And so I see he's trying to connect. Just FYI, he is trying to connect, but having a little trouble. Okay, so I'll just keep on going until he pops on. Hopefully he'll be able to reconnect, and hopefully we'll still have a few questions here for him. So, Michael, so back to your question. So when they started this program, right, which started as the loyalty program, right, which is, I guess, is a good point I want to bring up really quick. So if you have a UTP, you can still buy the keys and use the loyalty program as well. So you can do the loyalty program, or you can do the SmartPro Lite program, okay? But when they first rolled it out, they did end up having a bunch of problems with the QR codes. So if you bought the keys from us, call us. If you didn't, you're going to have to call whoever you bought them from, and they can work with you to get you replacement QR codes. It's really not that we have a bunch of customers we've done this for, and we can definitely help you out with that. Let's see here. This only programs the fob. Do you still need another machine to cut the keys up? Yes. Oh, he's texting me here. Not sure how to reconnect. Okay. Okay, I'm just texting him real quick here. There we go. Okay. No, quite fun. It's kind of the fun of doing live streaming on the internet, right? Okay, I just told him he says he's been trying and it's not going through, so I told him to try again here, and hopefully we can bring him on. All right. So yes, you need another one to connect. Let's see here. John says, I was talking to Ian about the cost to start working on automotive key programming, and the cutting high security keys is about $6,300, which is better than, yes, that is true, John. And you can actually even get that down, depending on the machine that you're looking at. I'm sure you and Ian kind of, I guess working on automotive. Okay. Yep. You're right. Yeah. The cost has definitely went down, for sure, which is nice. Right. And I think a lot of times technology over time is what you see. It comes down as new stuff comes out, the old stuff comes down, and most of the time it comes down altogether. I mean, if you think back like 10 years ago, how much like 60 or 55 or 60 inch TV would cost, and now, I mean, they're what, $500-600 for the most part. It's crazy, actually, absolutely crazy. Okay, David, how's it going? He says, how does the current light coverage compare to competitors? Looks like Tony. Oh, there he is. Tony, what's up? Welcome back.
Well, doing this from a car. Yeah, it's a little, I don't know if I guess the Wi-Fi here just decided to not work. Sorry about that.
No worries. Hey, thanks for being back. I've been fielding some of the questions the best I can, but I actually just got a great question. I was just reading right when you popped on. So we'll go ahead. I know I've already kept you and everyone else 17 minutes. Let's go ahead. Let me hop into a question here. And this is from David. He says, how does the current light coverage compare to other competitors like Autel, X-Horse, etc.? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I haven't seen it match up quite, personally yet, but again, going back to the range of keys that we have in existence and that will grow, I want to say we're starting out, and I'll just compare it to the regular SmartPro, which has the most coverage, with 80 software. I want to say we're between 65% from what I'm seeing on that. So again, hence the word light. I don't always know exactly where Auto ProPad is and some of the others. I know obviously in cases we're neck to neck, in some areas we have the advantage and others they do. But I would want to say that we're at a very good starting point. And as you mentioned early on, this is a product at entry level that will grow instead of, decline. So I think that's very important for the audience to know that.
Yes.
I thought I saw before I got disconnected there is one that said we better have a lot of keys. Well, again, ILCO for as a forefront, or its core mission is keys. So our intent and our mission will be to not only have that 65% today, but that our target is to grow that. So I think a lot
Yeah.
of good things can come from this platform.
Yeah, and I think the cool part about that, like the dynamic there, is now it's kind of like this equal thing where it's like ILCO is also even more incentivized now to up the coverage because it makes the program that much more valuable, right?
Correct. Yep.
So I have about 5. So on just the lookalike, not including transponders, I believe we have like a little over 500 different SKUs of remotes, right? So,
Correct. Yep.
I mean, okay, it's not 900 or 1200, but it's a decent coverage so far. And I know when I was talking to Todd when I was doing the interview with them, I mean, I know that they have another, I think it was like somewhere between 30 to 50 coming out over the next few months is kind of the plan. And so I think that's really, really good, But now, Tony, I have to bring this comment up. GK Man 565. Hey, Tony, you have a good sense of humor as well. But he puts on here. The comment is he ran out of tokens on his phone. That's good. I know you
Yes,
get
I
a kick out.
did. Yes, I did. One thing too that I don't know if you discussed with Todd, and I want to make sure that everyone listening in today understands that we always had a percentage, a very small percentage as it started to whittle down, but we always had a percentage of 2-token type situations, whether that would be unlocking a steering column, and I don't think that's out there anymore, but connecting to a server. I know that some of the newer Jeep, you get situations where you have that, or Toyota. And in this format, in this platform, that goes away. So there across the
It
board,
does.
it goes away. So there's no taking of 2 tokens in this type of platform. So there are some there are some major benefits. There's some hidden ones, and there's again the concept of growing the keys, which is our main goal, is only going to make this platform stronger.
Agreed. Yeah. So to be very clear on the SmartPro Lite, it's only going to charge you 1 token for a program. And I'm guessing that remotes, is that going to cost you a token or is that free? How does do we know?
Yeah, to my understanding, it's not. And let me reach for. I had some notes here because this platform is so new that I'm kind of going along. But yeah, the remotes have always been free. There would be no reason for them to add that. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that indicates that would be the case.
All right, Tony, here, we have a few more questions here. Let me pop this one up on the screen. It says, it's from Michael. He says, what about when I'm in the field? Do I need to add the key to my bank before I get to the customer's car? How fast can I get a replacement code?
Okay, and that's an excellent question. I think where that was going, if I understand that right, is if you're in the field, and because I thought I saw in the chat before I got disconnected is, problems with the QR scan. If you're in the field and you're at the vehicle and for some reason you can't scan that in and get the token that you need, preferably you would have a number of scans in already, because you can scan inventory and build up the tokens per se. I think that's where most will want to get in a very short period of time. But if you're going one by one and that you're at the job and you, as a scan for some reason doesn't work, our tech support is in line to quickly send you by email, send you a code that is, tested foolproof, that will allow you to proceed. So that is, obviously it is, it's going to deal with tech support on that, but that is that's the safety net that we have in place at this time. I would like to see it be more, and I believe we probably will get there. I would like to see it more as I would say, empowering to the customer to control. For example, Smart Pros right now, all Smart Pros like MVP back in the day, the MVP had 5 emergency tokens in a cloud. And if you weren't paying attention, your technician wasn't paying attention, and you ran to 0, you could go to the emergency bank of 5, and you could get through another job, 2 or 3, 5 jobs maybe, in that sense. And that gives you time to get, an order and get the amount, the order released. In the case of the Smart Pro, that went away, and we have a 5 token or a 24-hour pack of 5 days in increments of 24-hour, which a lot of machines don't have as we stand today. I think a lot of people don't understand that. But the fact is that you have that, and I truly call that the 4th gas tank, auxiliary tank, or safety net, because if something goes wrong, tokens don't transfer, software doesn't transfer right, doesn't release from the distributor, never from CLK though. Then you'd have this safety net. I'd like to see that built into this system, and that's been a discussion internally. So we'll see. I think there's some small tweaks that we can make that would really drive this platform in a sense that it would give the customer the control that they want and actually need.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, I'm going to pop up a couple questions, Tony. I'll do a quick answer on them, and then we'll I'll pull up another one here for you here. Okay, so Nick's Luck and Security LLC says, can I scan all the QR codes upon receipt, or do I need to use them in a timeline? You, in my opinion, like you order 10 keys from us, Ilco keys, when you get them, scan them all in. If you order 10
correct.
and you scan all 10 in, you now have 10 tokens. That's 10 programs. There's no timeline. You need to use them all. Even if you decide to not renew your $150 fee at the end of your first year or second year, or whatever it is, you can still use those 10 in that situation.
Yep.
So they don't
once they're in the once they're in the bank, they're in the bank. There's no, if like you said, if something life-changing event happened and you didn't renew, you have already taken possession of those tokens, and so and they stay on the machine until you go to use them. So I really, when you think about it, it gives you kind of the best of both worlds in this case. The platform was well thought out in most cases. Like I said, I think there's going to be some small tweaks and changes. The bridging format to go both ways from a SmartPro Lite to a standard SmartPro, or vice versa. We don't have that bridge going back to a SmartPro Lite, but I think that will get there too. So we want to give the end user, our loyal customers out there, and our ones that want to be loyal customers, we want to give them as many options as possible.
Perfect. All right, Tony, I'm about 3 more here I can see so far. Let's hit these really quick, and then I will let you go. It's about dinner time down there in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah, it's off and on rain, and now this is actually a good break from the traffic. So,
cool.
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. So Keith Moore, ask Keith, how's it going? He says, so will it pull the PIN number?
Yeah. It'll again, 1 token, and PIN numbers will not be a problem. Think of it as this way: the SmartPro Lite has all the functionality of the SmartPro standard today. And so the software that's generated for the machine and its capability. And again, the nice point about that, in 2 token usage, PIN code, door code, or what, that is, to my understanding, I'm waiting for one. I'm waiting for a machine that I can change over and use it myself. But to my understanding, then yes, that token is just 1 token for that service.
Awesome. Next question from Vernon. Vernon, how are you today, sir? He says, what about weekend support?
Yes, that's a very good question, Vernon. Right now we've just extended our hours a little bit. If you've checked that out on the website, we do not have any Sunday operation. We do take a day of rest. But we do have Saturday operation, primarily based in the West. For those of you from the East Coast and Midwest, I think you benefit from that for the most part, unless you're doing some early morning stuff. Yeah, we have Saturday operation. So yeah, if you get into a situation, whether it's needing a code because something didn't work properly, or just needing help to get through the vehicle, we do have six days a week. Check the schedule out on our website.
Yeah, so it's the same. It's the same tech support as a normal like UTP or like any advanced diagnostic user. So there's nothing special on it. All right, yep. Tony, next question from Michael. He says, is an internet connection required to program a key?
Well, in some cases, that would be the case. I think you're seeing more and more systems, or more vehicles systems, require that. So I don't think that's going to change, Michael, in that sense. What will change again is the use of a token to access a server. In this case, like the AD server or what. So, but yeah, I don't think this platform will alleviate Wi-Fi in certain situations.
Okay. Next question from Jimmy J, Iowa Lock Dog. Jimmy, how's it going? He says, question, should we call on each failed QR code experienced, or can we wait and do it 2 or 3 at a time, maybe every couple of weeks?
Sorry about that. I had some distraction over here. Read that one more time, PJ. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. I'm kind of curious on your distraction, but I'm going to ask the question anyways. Question, should we call on each failed QR code experience, or can we wait and do 2 or 3 of them at a time, maybe once every couple of weeks?
My personal opinion is I would try to knock them down when you can. I don't think there's, just like the timeline of when you put them into the machine or when you apply the QR scan and get the token. I think it works the same way on that. So I would just not stack up, a bunch to overwhelm. We have about 6 in rotation. Normally 4 in rotation. We can have as high as 6 in rotation for tech support. So that's something that, it's a great question. I would try to, at least do it on like updating, do it every other week. I personally think that, we're worked hard to dial this in, and I know probably some listening in saying, yeah, I've had nothing but problems with QR scan for loyalty program or what, but I think we learned some lessons there, and I really think that we'll see a limited. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but I'm fairly confident we'll see a limited amount of issues in that sense.
Yeah, Tony, and I think it's safe to say, tell me if I'm wrong on this. Like when they first brought it out, like I know, like we had to give a count of how many keys, ILCO keys we had on our shelves, and then they mailed us out QR codes. We had to go through and put a sticker on each one. And I know like from that point, and then some of the new ones that first came out that ILCO put stickers on, like there was some problems there. But so if you have some of that first stock that got the QR codes, like it's going to feel like it's just an absolute pain. However, if you stick with it and get to the newer, as the stock rolls and the newer QR codes come out, it's kind of a thing of the past. But there was an issue to begin with. They're dealing with it the best they could, but as time goes on, it should not be a pain in the butt every time you have to scan.
Yeah, we were in a situation where we had a number of distributors that in inventory. We had to address that, and during that address, it's kind of a Band-Aid, like you just explained there, and obviously that can wreak some havoc in the field. We understand that, and we got shot through that. We're just gritting our teeth and getting through that. I think as time goes, it just gets better.
Absolutely. Okay, so and let's kind of end with this here, Tony. This is from Locks NY. It looks like he's trying to give advice to people out there, and he's saying, just stop by your friend's shop and scan all his keys. I mean, now is that something you endorse?
No, I would. I mean, in the end of the day, we want our customers to be successful. When they're successful, we're successful, and that means all of us. As PJ, CLK has been a fine distributor for us for many, many years, and you know, we want to try to bring the best product at a good price, and we want to be able to support it. And I think the keys we bring to market today, along with the equipment, along with the accessories, along with the support, I think it's vital that that hopefully customers do understand that. Are we perfect? No. Are we striving to be better? Yes. And I see a lot of folks at shows, on the road, and I've never had, I've had people, not happy with the situation, and I strive myself personally, and that's why I've been around this for a while, is to sort issues, correct them, understand them, and learn from them. So the feedback from these questions, the advice, the suggestions, they're all very important.
Absolutely, Tony. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming on, hanging out. It's always fun. And yeah, I think we had thank you for all the great questions, everyone watching. Lots of good ground covered. And I think it's been great, Tony. Well, I'll let you get back to being down there in San Francisco area.
Back to the traffic and the grind. But
and
yes, thank you very much.
So
I've got probably 2 hours to get home. But
okay.
The thing I want to do again, just final, thank you very much, PJ. I consider ourselves very close friends and business associates, and thank everyone for taking the time to listen in.
Absolutely. It was good, Tony. And hey, I think it's great that, AD's made some good progress here with getting people into the game using a SmartPro. It's fun stuff. And I'm sure I'll be talking to you. We attend to at least talk once a week, maybe more. So I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon. Take care,
Great
Tony.
therapy. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, see you, Tony. All right, everybody. Well, hey, how cool was that? Great having Tony on, hanging out, talking the SmartPro Lite. Great little Q&A session for it. I know there's a lot of, there's always the nuances with it. And so it was really cool to have Todd hop on last minute. So the funny part is about the video, right, is this time last week, I had no plans. I didn't even know about the SmartPro Lite. And so between last Wednesday and Friday, I was able to get that video together, get Todd on the call, and Lily and the rest of the team, Kylie and everyone did a great job getting that pumped out on Sunday. And whether I have Tony on today is pretty cool to talk about it. And it really worked out because the funny part is I was supposed to be in LA last Friday, Saturday, and I was booked on one of those Boeing 737-9 Maxes that's grounded. And so my flight kind of last minute got canceled. And so I was here Friday and I was able to do that video. So it really kind of worked out good. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to. But all right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do the end of the show, which is the start of the show normally. And then, of course, hey, by the way, like I said, I got our Lockboss hat right here. And at the end of the show, in just a few minutes, I'm going to be giving away 5 of them. So for free, of course. And so hang on here for just a few more minutes. Let's announce some winners. Let's go over the post of the week, comment of the week, announce the 5 winners, and give 5 of these away. Let's do it. Here we go. And Julio, if you could, pretty please, with cherries on top, let's get some beats going. I want to hear some beats. Get us a little pumped up. Have a little bit of fun in the meantime. Here we go. Thanks for the nice prizes, he says. Very cool. I like it. I like the technical tee there. Looks like we got a lockpick lodge. We got the little when it comes to locks, I'm a bit picky. Bumper sticker, good stuff. Some other stickers as well, Mark. Not only congrats for winning, but I really appreciate you sending that picture in. Next up, this one comes from Bobby. He says, looked like an early Christmas present when I went to the mailbox and found a package from CLK. It was like a kid at Christmas opening the package and finding great gifts. Thanks, CLK. You guys are awesome, and you make this old man feel really happy. Well, hey, Bobby, couldn't be happier to be able to hook you up, and congrats on winning. And thank you again so much for the picture. Lots of good stuff in there. I love it. All right, next up is the comment of the week. And even with my glasses on, that's hard to read here. That comes from Sean Finger. He says, Lockboss, interesting. If I remember correctly, on a SmartPro, you either purchase the software for a certain vehicle type, or you can program keys all day long. Or if you don't have purchased the software for that vehicle, then you use a token. I think I answered my question. As long as you use Ilco keys with the barcode, that is your token. Sean, you nailed that one. I think you also remember some vehicles take 2 or 3 tokens to complete the job. The SmartPro Lite, depending on the vehicle, take more than 1 token to complete the job. Well, according to Tony here, we all learned together. It should only require 1 token. So good stuff, Sean. Great question, by the way. All right, so there is that. That's a nice little picture of Tony there. Good stuff. Let's go ahead and hop into season 3.1, and let's announce the 5 weekly winners. So let's do that here. And let's see here. Oh, Julio, you changed up the music on us a little bit. I like it. All right. What to do if you win? Email us your shipping info to sales@CLKsupplies.com or call us at 800-848-6989 and we'll send your gifts soon. How to win? Comment on our videos with the hashtag Lockboss. Winners will be chosen from comments on the previous videos for our weekly giveaway. Of course, no purchase necessary. And this is season 3.1 and we are having some fun. Man, I like that rhymes. I like it. All right, here we go. Winner number 1 this week is Leon Macic 5059. Congratulations. Winner number 2 is Darnell Everett 107. Congratulations. Winner number 3 is Derek Colkberry. Hopefully I said that right, Derek. Congratulations. Winner number 4 is Outlaw Locksmith 6668. Congratulations. And last but not least, winner number 5 this week is Robert Patton 762. Congratulations, Robert. All right, now of course we have this Lockboss old school patch hat going on. You can purchase it or you can get it for free, which is even better, on any order over $993.24. Just add it to your cart. If your cart's over that amount, bam, you get it for free. That's how we do things around here. We like it. That is how we like it. All right, so hey everybody, that's the show today. It is, man, we've been going for 42 minutes. Sorry for keeping you longer than normal. Hopefully you've been having as much fun as I have though. But let's give away 5 of these hats. So how about this? If you want one of these hats for free, you have to be one of the 5 people, the first 5 people to do this. Email us at sales@CLKsupplies.com. And in the subject line, put SmartPro Lite, Lite. And then the subject line or in the body of the email, put your shipping address. First 5 people who do that are going to get 1 free Lockboss Old School hat, which is really cool, by the way. I love this thing. And by the way, if you notice, it's on a Richardson 112 hat. We're not going cheap on this. We're doing the real deal like we do all the other Lockboss stuff. So pretty cool stuff. Absolutely love it. This one's staying with me, okay? I'm keeping this one right here. I do need to take it out of inventory. So I've kind of broke my own rule here by taking out inventory without a pick ticket. So I need to fix that. But without being said, hey, go ahead and email us, sales@CLKsupplies.com. SmartPro Lite in the email. Subject line, your shipping address. First 5 people who do that, get them for free. And one of my favorite parts about this is the flood of emails. When you go into our ticket system, you just see all these. Love it. I mean, it's fun, especially because they usually don't know it's coming. And I don't know, it's just a little extra fun doing it that way. But all right, with that being said, let me go ahead and see in here. Lots of great comments here, guys. Thanks for all the nice comments. Good stuff. Sorry, so many of them I missed here, it looks like. But all right, everybody. Well, hey, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for having some fun and asking great questions, and really appreciate you all. We'll have, of course, some good videos coming up, and we're going to be here same place, same time next week, which, by the way, is the last Tuesday of the month, which means the season 3.1 $500 winners, 5 of you are going to be selected next Tuesday. So excited for that. Come join in. I wish you all of the best of luck of winning. And like always, Julio, let's go ahead, put a little tunes on for us to be leaving here. And well, we'll see you all. Stay safe out there. Have a wonderful Tuesday evening. Take care.